What's going on, Sha?
Not much really. What's going on with you?
I am uh I am recently coming back from a trip down to DC.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a good time. Down there doing some work. We stayed in I didn't I don't I, it's not named after him, but I wasn't aware Chevy Chase, Maryland. Uh
Right.
yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know who it's like a Native American thing is my understanding, something like that. I got to look into it more. I'm curious, but like really nice town, really cool.
Mhm.
Definitely a more like affluent but older
Yes.
community. Uh,
Mhm. You
I
told jokes there?
I know I went to help. I work, Story Collider nonprofit, science
Right.
related stuff. I
Okay.
had the blessing of going down there and working with a group of people that received the fellowship and taught them some storytelling. Real dope.
Oh, neat.
Yeah, it was genuinely cool. Like what surprised me is I knew the community was older
Mhm.
because of the infomercials I was getting and the commercials. Like it was tripping me out. You know what
Okay.
Like they I shot like regular TV daytime. You know what I mean? We were
Mhm.
done by 3 p.m. So I had like prime time. This wasn't like I'm up at 4 in the morning.
Right.
This is regular TV time. I cannot tell you how many commercials I saw for like magnetic sleeves. Like
What do
like
you mean?
they're like sleeves that like they have magnets in them
Mhm. Okay.
and they help you feel young again. They're like, yo, if you got joint pain, you put these sleeves on and you can move like you're 20 again.
Okay.
I
Okay.
saw so many ads for this. Like, yo, if you like it would show like a grandpa like trying to keep up with his grandson playing hoops. He would get
Okay.
crossed up once and then he would
Mhm.
like bend over in pain, gripping his knee.
Mhm.
And then they would show him later putting his black sleeve over his like knee. And the sleeve had magnets in it. And they would show you it had magnets because they would show wavy yellow lines coming from the sleeve. That
Okay.
was the magnet power, making your knee feel good because it like helped with circulation. And now all of a
Mhm.
sudden, grandpa got handles. He's crossing kids up. He at the park. He at the rucker.
Grandpa's and one. Okay.
Yo. And then
Huh.
the other one was they kept like advertising to like emergency situations that like are real but not nearly this prevalent. I saw so many ads about generators.
Okay.
Like a lot. Like, yo, you remember what it was like when the power went out? That ain't gonna happen to you because you gonna buy it was a Generac.
You're giving
That
me
was
a
the
lot to
brand.
Google.
Real talk. Yo, they were like, yo, buy a Generac. You don't got these problems, my G. You know what I mean? When power goes out in the rest of the world, not you, you still having martinis. Your
Mhm.
wine is still chill. It was weird because it was like they were telling you if the world is ending, you could still live an affluent life in your apartment. They were like, yo, when catastrophe strikes, and there was just people inside having lobster
You know what,
because they got the
though?
generator.
That's literally what it feels like right now. You know what you know what you know what feels like it was running on a generator while the rest of the world burned? The Saturday Night Live 50th anniversary concert. You know, the concert with all the people coming to sing for him and shit?
Yeah.
That shit felt like Lorne fiddling while every place else burned. No end of the world, and these
Yo.
folks are locked in a fucking, like, fancy theater with a generator eating canopies and having Cher sing for him or some shit. Like, it felt so dire and empty, and you describing these generators, which I did just look up, and they are big generators, it looks like.
Yeah. I
Pull 'em
mean,
back up and
they gotta keep 5 bedroom houses running in case of emergency.
Yeah. Well, you know what? My sister all right, well, okay. W about the generator, why does that feel odd to you? Does that feel odd to you?
Yeah,
Why?
extremely odd. A variety of reasons. Like, one, the size of the generator
Mhm.
felt weird to me. Like, it didn't feel like you were solving an emergency. Like, it felt like you were trying to solve the least bit of convenience.
Okay.
You know what I mean? That threw me off. The people in the ad threw me off. You know what I mean? Everybody was so shirt tucked in.
Okay.
That threw me off. I don't know when like an emergency happens. Like it was, I'm. It might have just been the foods, but like when an
Okay.
emergency happens, I'm not thinking, man, I really want to keep having wine. You
And
know what
there
I
were
mean?
people in their house still drinking wine
Still
while the
drinking wine.
emergency happened.
Yeah, and that was the pitch. They're like, yo, the world falling apart. We still living great though, because we got a
Yeah,
Generac
that seems and this was in DC?
in DC. Well, in Maryland,
Right,
adjacent
yes,
DC, but
but
yeah,
yeah.
DMV area.
Man, that is if that don't tell the story of the Trump administration right now, I don't know what does.
Yo, so
Like
3 ads to hire people from ICE, by the way. Uh,
oh, okay.
Sounding and like as a person that isn't a supporter, ad
Mhm.
very convincing. Real talk.
Mm.
They don't need like the ad was come join ICE. You could do keep criminals out of your country.
Okay.
$50,000 signing bonus,
Mm,
and will they'll help with up to $200,000 in student loans.
mm.
Make your parents proud.
I mean, I guess.
I was like, yo, this like the pitch.
That was part of the pitch, make
That
your
was
parents proud?
shot. That was the first 20 of the 30 seconds of the commercial. It was wild. Like I shot. I like if I skipped the ice part, I'd have been like, oh, let me look into this. You
Mm.
know what I mean? The commercial sounded solid, and then you
Wow.
see like it says like join ice. I was like, oh, this is wild. Uh,
Huh.
yo, straight up, those are the 3 ads I saw the most in between like watching TNT and ESPN and TBS.
Right, right, right. Okay.
And
Interesting.
Copper Fit. That's the name of the thing on the knee. Copper Fit.
And it had magnets in it because I
And
just looked up magnetic knee sleeve and what why magnets, and, I came across something called the National Center for Complementary and Integrative Health from the National Institutes of Health. Uh, Electromagnetic therapy reduced pain and improved stiffness and physical function, but not overall quality of life in people with osteoarthritis in their knees, hands, neck, or ankles.
and you mentioned that
Okay.
last part of the ads. I'm telling
Yeah,
you.
no, I guess not. Um, so a little bit of reduces some pain and improves stiffness, but ain't no one going to the rucker off a off a magnetic sleeve. Just want to do some fact checking here.
Put it out there, yo.
Yeah. I
I
like
knew,
his mm.
I knew it was suspicious because the brace worked on everything. They were like, yo, put it on your knee, put it on your ankle, put it on your elbow. I'm like, yo, like, God damn, shit. That's incredible. Real talk. If it bends, this shit fixes it, son.
Okay. All right.
Real
All
talk.
right.
Like, that's a sign to me. I'm like, oh, this is wild, B.
Um, the generator thing, at first, before you really started explaining what the ad looked like, I was like, well, sure, because power goes out all the time. And then I remembered, and I think we've discussed this, how power outages are kind of rare here in New York.
So,
Um,
and that happened a lot for you growing up in ATL?
yeah, because the power lines are not underground. Power
Oh,
lines are just along the side of the street, along the side of the highway. They're just up. Power lines are just in front of the house. So if
oh,
someone
okay.
hit a power line and that shit fell, well, I guess our 2 block radius here ain't got no power till they get that up. or a transformer blows on one of them. Well, we just don't have power. And so if it rains real hard, power can go out. If someone hit a pole and it goes down, well, beautiful day, power out. Well, all right, just don't open the fridge. You know what I mean? So,
How long would that last for?
good question. It could. It all depends. It all depends on what the issue was and when someone can get over there to fix it.
Yo.
So it could be a couple of hours. Um,
So like Troops Correspondents as a New Yorker, like um for me, the power has gone out every time it's been in the news. Like in New York, when power goes out, like you hear about it wherever you're from. In New Like that's how rare it is. Like it becomes a news thing where like, yo, New York didn't have power. That's to
right.
me when the power goes out. Like
Okay.
it's like that. Like and when it happens locally, it's for like seconds, and
Sure.
Con Edison will send like a letter apologizing. Like,
Yeah,
hey, last month this happened, my bad. You know what I mean? We're gonna refund you $16.
yeah, in Atlanta, we get little, like, blips of like, "Oh, I guess the power went out for, like, a minute or so," long enough for everything to have to be reset,
Right.
everything you go to sleep and you wake up and everything's blinking 12 and you're like, "Oh, I guess the power went out in the middle of the night." Like a
Right.
storm may have gone through or something like that. Um, and if it's hot to the point where everyone's using their AC, they're like, "Hey, look," but I mean, like, I I literally was there last week. My sister was driving me to the concert I was going to, and there were just street lights blinking because the power, I don't know if the power had gone out or if they just cut the power to the street lights, and then they were just blinking red. And so we just had,
Yo.
treat it like a four-way stop. And that's like, yeah, I guess the power's out. Or you roll up, nice day, you roll up on a light and there's just no power at all, and you gotta treat it like a four-way stop, and you're like, "Oh, I guess they don't have power on over here right now." Because like I said, the power lines are out next to a tree. So, a
That's so wild to
storm.
me. Because you like,
Yeah.
and it's like it's a double thing. It's not only New York. Like, I'm Dominican, and like in DR, that's kind of like one of our like weaknesses is that the power goes out pretty consistently. Like it's gotten
Mhm.
substantially better, but like I only associate that with third world country that my family comes from.
Oh, no, the rest of this country.
Huh?
The rest of this country, any place, because I mean, any place where they don't have the power lines, like, underground,
Right.
which I think is what the case is in New York, right?
Huh.
Like, I don't see I honestly have never really looked up to see many power, but no. No, yeah, I don't really see, like, power lines the way is that you would see elsewhere. So you can't, I mean, there are plenty of, I feel like, and actually troops correspondents, let me know if I'm insane on this or if this is kind of the case of like, yeah, power
Yeah.
lines are out and occasional, if a storm comes through or if someone hits one or a transmitter blows or whatever, yeah, former blows like, yeah,
Yeah.
that we just don't have power for a little bit until they get it up and running.
Yeah. No, you're right. Many NYC power lines are underground,
Mhm.
especially in dense areas like Manhattan to protect them from weather and improve reliability.
Mhm.
A decision spurred by the 1888 blizzard. Jeez, so they've been like that. Yo, that was
Yeah.
not the year I expected to read. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's gotta have been that long because I mean, the buildings are built, it just feels so like, yeah, we're gonna put them all underground at the same time that they were building shit.
Yeah. Some of
So
the lower density areas in the outer boroughs still are overhead, but
mhm.
Con Edison is making an effort to move all of them underground in the five boroughs. Huh, go figure.
Yeah, so that's what I was thinking when it was like a generator, because I was about to say the restaurant where my sister works has a generator, and so she was talking to me, she was like, "Yeah, and then the power went out for a little bit, not very long, but, we
Right.
have a generator, so we're fine." And I was just like, "A generator?" But yeah, because the power
Yo,
will go out, so, you got a business like that where people are coming in and spending money, you gotta be able to.
keep
And
it moving.
I remember working at the porn store and one of the owners going, "Yeah, we're gonna get a generator for the store for when the power goes out." Because if when the power went out at the porn store, um, we just would do the interactions, like, by hand,
Okay.
um, and, then do, like, we had the credit card machine where you went shink shink, you put the card in the thing and the carbon copies, we had that, and then we would enter that in by hand when the power came back up. Also, we
Right.
wouldn't let anybody in, it was just whoever was in there, they could leave, but we wouldn't let anyone in, and, ooh, people would just sit in their cars and wait. Just wait it out. I'll just wait till hurricane whatever comes blowing through, and I'll be in there.
Yo, I cannot. This blows my mind. Oh, that makes sense too. Actually, by the way, I just saw the power lines. The
Mhm.
reason we had them underground in New York is because they were built the same time as the train system.
Okay,
So we got
yeah.
yeah,
So throw
all
them
the
under there with
infrastructure.
them.
Yeah,
Yep.
real talk. That
Yeah,
makes sense.
that makes sense, and also to
Huh?
get them close to the trains anyway, so in case,
Yeah,
you got lights and signals down there and shit, so
real
yeah.
talk. Look at that. Shouts to the MTA. You
Okay,
know what
I
I
don't
mean?
know how this turned into shouts to the MTA. Never shout like, "Thanks, I guess, MTA," but not shouts, not right now. Not right now. Um,
But yeah, in my head, generators are a thing that like I associate with like end of world people, like
okay.
doomsday survivors, uh
Yeah.
someone that like retired to a country where there's issues of that nature, like
Mm.
DR, Argentina in like the early 2000s. You know
Okay.
what I mean? Like shit like that. Like I
Right?
got friends that like just retired to weird cities where
Mhm.
like, yo, I got a great deal. The power go out. You know what I mean?
Right,
But like
but
my house cost me $60,000.
uh-huh.
You know what I mean? Shit like that.
And then you just get a couple of
You
generators.
get
Yeah.
generators. Yeah, like
But, I
that makes
mean, I
sense to
think
me.
it's more common in the rest of the country, especially what's called the flyover area. I
Huh.
think it's probably more common, than you would think, but the idea, though, that as it's sold to people is, like, in case of emergency. In case
Right.
something happens, you've got this generator, so, it's not but for it to be in DC and for them to show people, like, still just chilling while
Yo.
there's a problem is a choice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's
They know they
hmm.
demo, Sha. Real
Like,
talk.
yeah, that's a way of getting folks to just be like, "Yeah, you're right. I do need to protect my wine, protect my cigars, be able to
Yeah.
enjoy them. Let's go ahead and get 2 of those
Real
and
talk.
run them." But you
Power go out and you fuck up the humidor. Now them
right?
Cubans is worthless.
Yeah, yeah.
Nah, B.
So, but then aren't you gonna need gas for the generator?
I didn't even know they ran on gas.
I'm not sure. I mean, they can't. Well, I mean, I'm looking at these and Generac, they're electric generators, but I'm like, "But bitch, ain't no power." So maybe what do I know?
Real talk. None of this shit made sense to me. So I was
Yeah.
super confused
Hmm.
seeing them ads. Real talk. But I'll tell you what though, when I saw the price, the cheap Generacs are like 5, 6 racks. I'm gonna start a generator business. This shit crazy.
How? You gonna build generators?
I'm gonna build generators. There's no way there's $5,000 worth of parts in a
Okay, look
generator.
here, man. You just learned how to change your oil.
That was we gonna talk about that at some point. That was yo.
You just figured out how to do your brakes.
Listen,
And
I'm
now we making 5 rack worthy generators.
5 rack generators.
I think we need to temper y you know, your drive. Maybe, not all of these ideas are for you.
Listen, I can be the brains behind it. I'm not gonna be the brawn behind it. Okay, we're gonna have
Okay.
another dude doing the brawn. I'm
Mhm.
not even gonna be the brains behind the making of the generators. That's crazy work. I don't know how to do that either. It's very complicated.
Ooh,
Uh,
here's one with a whole house switch, and it's Wi-Fi enabled. Like, the Wi-Fi works too. Well, I don't maybe I just don't understand how electricity works, which is fair. I
I'm just
really
like,
don't.
but like, why are those the problems? Like,
Right.
yo, the power is out, and you like, nah, but I still got to be able to like update my FanDuel. You know what I mean? Like, I want to
Yeah,
make bets
I
online.
mean, I'm looking at the wattage. So far I've gotten to standby generator, 26, I guess, kilowatts
Yeah,
with the whole house switch and Wi-Fi enabled, starting at, $7,899.
easy money.
Please.
Telling you.
And then we get to the 30 kilowatt ones that are 14K.
Come on, Shy. Let's go in on this together. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
shit, not the kid. Um, some that are 21K. Yeah, man. I mean, look, I gotta be able to drink my Snapple apple in peace. I don't even own this building. What am I talking about?
I legitimately thought that, like, I mean, maybe I'm bugging because I don't even know how you would build that, but I thought like a generator would only kick in for like emergency rooms. Like a kitchen makes sense to me. You got
Right.
to be able to survive and keep the food good, cook.
Sure.
And then after that, it would be like, yo, them other rooms, keep them off.
Right,
Because we're trying
right,
to
right.
fix a big problem. And you just
Sure.
need a generator to survive for the, hours to, let's say, a week
Right.
in worst case scenario that you need this to
Mhm.
run. But that wasn't the ad. The ad was like, yo, live exactly the same. Real talk. Is an earthquake
Change
outside?
nothing.
Change nothing.
Hit
Like,
the switch and keep it moving.
that's just crazy to me, yo. You imagine that shit like, yo, there's an earthquake and you still go to mow the lawn tomorrow because you
No.
slept fine? Nah,
No.
B.
Mm-mm.
That shit was different. Mm-mm.
Yeah,
That's
no, I don't know exactly how they work, but I know I think of them in I mean, when the guy who owned the porno store was like, "Yeah, we need to go ahead and get a generator." I was like, "Nigga, what? Like, what do you mean? For a porn store? Breathe for a second. Let them
real
just
talk.
chill. They're already
Real
24 hours, like, they can come back. It's
yo.
okay. Jesus. Get your foot off their neck." Oh.
Oh, that's awesome.
Ugh.
Let's get into the news.
Okay.
Kicking us off. Limewire
Mm.
acquires Fyre Festival.
What? Everybody stop buying Fyre Festival.
I love this.
Just
LimeWire, the file sharing service that set the internet ablaze in the 2000s before being shut down for copyright infringement, said Tuesday that it is acquiring the rights to Fyre Festival. LimeWire acquires Fyre Festival brand. What could possibly go wrong? Said the company's news release. So they're playing into the irony. LimeWire said it would unveil a reimagined vision for Fyre, one that expands beyond the digital realm and taps into real world experiences, community, and surprise.
What
The
does
company
that
offered.
mean? I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
One could argue that's all they offered in the first place.
Yeah.
Real world catastrophe experience, but experience.
I
None
mean,
of it
it
was
was an
digital.
experience. It was community, and they were definitely surprised.
The company offered no additional details about how the Fyre brand will be relaunched. For years, LimeWire operated as a competitor to fellow file sharing platform Napster before being effectively shut down by the court ruling in 2010. In 2022, Australian brothers Julian and Paul bought LimeWire. I wasn't going to try to say that last name. Bought the Lime
Zetmeyer, I bet.
Zetmeyer. Oh, rock on. Yeah, that sounded easier than it looked.
Yeah, yeah. They threw some extra letters in there, but I think it's
Respect. Oh, okay. I like
Zetmeyer.
that. They turned it into an NFT service in 2022. Fyre Festival was the
Oh, so they
2017.
just hustled. Oh, come on.
Bro, this
Let me
is
get
a
this
hustle and
straight.
a hustle and a
Let me
hustle.
get this straight. So LimeWire was right up there with Napster
Yep.
on the file sharing shit.
Mm-hmm.
And then these Austrian brothers bought it and turned it into an NFT service.
Yup.
And now they're buying Fyre Festival. I
Yo,
just not to be trusted.
real talk. Yo, I didn't know you could Russian doll hustles.
I
This is
mean, just like, oh my gosh.
oh man, these people was violent. With that said, send me a link to when you launch. I
No,
want to see
listen
what you
to
guys
what
got
one
going
of
on.
the CEO said. Fyre became a symbol of hype gone wrong, but it also made history.
Hell yeah.
We're not bringing the festival back. We're bringing the brand and the meme back to life. This time with real experiences and without the cheese sandwiches. This is going to fail spectacularly. They don't know what they're doing. They don't have a thing. They're just like, we're going to bring back the meme. Bitch, that's not for you to say. That is not for you to say.
Yo, and low key, I don't know any memes that make money.
How about that?
Yo, real talk. I never seen somebody I got rich off that meme, yo.
No
Like,
one's
what?
getting rich off of me because when you try to make a meme, the people know.
Yeah.
They feel it, and it's not successful.
Can't
That's
fake
the
it.
one thing is that memes are when you try, you can't try. Memes happen.
Yeah.
You can hope maybe, but you can't try. And even
Real talk.
hoping might fuck it up.
Real talk.
Like
Somebody got to see it.
It has to be as digital as it is a natural occurrence because it's just to me, a meme is just a digital way of telling jokes, right?
Yeah.
And so when you force the joke, people are like, all right, you know,
Mhm.
the
Yeah, no,
funny
you're
thing
right.
just has to be natural and organic in some way. And buying a file sharing service to make it an NFT service already, you're 2 wrong feet.
Real talk.
2 wrong feet. And then to say we're not bringing the festival back, we're bringing the brand. No one cared about the brand. And you know what brought the brand back already? 2 documentaries.
Yeah, real talk. You missed the
So
window.
yeah, so that's not you doing it just looks like a footnote to the 3rd documentary.
Mm.
But if you're not gonna do anything that warrants another documentary, man, you just buying bullshit.
Real talk.
Yeah. And if
Mm-mm.
you're already saying we're not bringing back the festival, then what are we here for?
What are we doing?
Because that's the only thing we knew about it. There was nothing else about it that we knew. It was just that festival. And it wasn't even like people were talking about that festival until it went wrong.
Yeah.
I'm online a good bit and didn't know anything about this until people were like, "What the fuck is happening here?" And I was like, "What the
Yeah.
fuck is happening there?" And then I had to go to Reddit. Look, it's not gonna work for
So
you.
all them cheese sandwiches. I was like, oh, this is a thing.
Yeah. I mean,
Mm-mm.
honestly, the smart thing to do would be market Fyre Fest cheese sandwiches.
Yo, low key, that
That's much smarter than bringing back the brand.
real talk. Make little sandwich trucks.
Do a thing.
Yo,
Yeah.
that's the thing. Real
Come
talk.
on.
Fyre Festival grilled cheese.
Actually, that would be hilarious to do a food truck that was just like Fyre Festival style meals. Because what was it? Was it just cheese and like chips or an apple or some shit?
It was sad. Now I
It
feel like the
was
cheese
sad.
was not even melted. It was just like
No. It was
right on the
just like,
slice.
here's a piece of bread, here's a cheese near it, and then here's the other piece of bread.
You still gotta make your sandwich.
Yeah. You assemble however you want. And then I feel like it was just like a bruised apple. Which you could have it be that, or you could have someone where someone has made some sort of foodie version, like, casserole type version of apples and cheese, which people do eat actually.
Mm. It
People
had
do put
it had 2 slices of cheese
Oh, okay.
and there was a somewhat like of a side salad. I see 1 slice of tomato
Okay.
and a few different greens. I see several images of this, so like
All
it
right,
seems to be
right.
consistently what people got.
Okay. Yeah, you could do something with that in a food truck, buddy.
Real talk, low
But
key. People have done
bringing
more with less.
yeah, bringing back the meme, that ain't gonna work.
Yo,
Why
real
does
talk. One of
why
these days,
do
Sha,
people
I
Yeah.
really expect. I expect one of our listeners to just like run with one of these ideas.
I mean, do it. I don't have to drive.
Real talk. Just
I'm out
tag
of
us.
I'm out of vim and vigor. I'm just here ranting to all our troops and correspondents, hoping that nobody actually he really hears me and goes, "Hey, aren't you the?" Nope. Um, run with it because we are dropping jewels, and then it'll be nice to know that actually whatever wild shit comes out of our mouths is it could be viable. I
That's
know
it.
you would like to make money off of it,
I'm with this. Hit me
but
up if you down.
yeah, but I ain't got no kids, so I really have no need for money, do I?
I was reading a book recently that like steal like an artist thing, and like
Okay.
all his advice just sound like what you was doing, by the way, Shot. So I don't know.
What?
Real talk. He was like, day job, do your art at night.
Oh, sure.
You know what I mean? Create. You know what I mean? Don't worry about the money. I was like, yep, Shot's nailing these.
Yeah,
Like it was
yeah,
all
I
stuff
am.
you told me in the pod. I was like, oh, this is fire. You know what I mean?
I mean, maybe something'll work, maybe not. I just seeing how much the world has changed in the past 16 years that I've been doing comedy
Yeah,
is wild, and I'm kinda happy that I have stayed on the kick of, like, "Hey, just try to be funny because that's the part that is important to you."
yeah,
And the other things are other things. Um, but wow, because you truly don't know where the world's gonna go.
at all. I'm telling you.
So, it just feels like you should like what it is that whatever art it is that you've decided to do that you should really like, because you may be doing it for a lot of people, and you may be doing it for your cat.
Real talk. I think that was page 38 in the book, like verbatim, Shot. In other news, what's the latest threat to Yellowstone's geysers, hats?
What?
Geologists at Yellowstone National Park have collected more than 300 hats from the park's hot spring area this year. Geologists at Yellowstone National Park are reporting an unusual threat to the area's hydrothermal areas. According to the report from the U.S. Geological Survey Observatory, lost hats are infiltrating the park's hot springs, geysers, and mud spots and fumaroles.
Sure.
The park's specially trained geology program is charged with cleaning up more than 10,000 iconic hydrothermal areas in Yellowstone's national park, including the Grand Prismatic Spring, and Old Faithful. The team is constantly battling a daunting array of human litter. In 2025 alone, they've already collected more than 13,000 pieces of trash, 4,000 rocks and sticks, and over 300 hats. These aren't just dollar store hats either. The USGS estimates the headgear collected this year is worth more than $6,000.
I mean, not anymore. Look, I'm not gonna say a hat is like a new car, but if your hat ends up near Old Faithful, it ain't worth the 250 that you probably paid for it anymore.
Real
I
talk.
say once you get your sweat in the band, yeah, that's a used car now.
It's over, real talk. Except
Yeah.
with certain thrift shops in Bushwick, they
Yeah.
into that. But the thrash floating in Yellowstone's pristine pool is more than an eyesore. It also poses a serious risk to the delicate ecosystem inside these hydrothermal features. Debris thrown into a hot spring can irreversibly change its behavior, resulting in lower temperature, changes to color, and altered eruption behavior.
Mm,
Removing all this trash isn't an easy task. Staffers can't simply swim into the boiling springs and plug debris out with a net. Rather, the team uses a hodgepodge of tools, some of which are custom made by the park with a little more than creativity and elbow grease. It's cute. This array of trash picker uppers includes a fishing rod with an extra long slotted spoon and grabber poles up to 30 feet long.
sure.
Rock on. I mean, I'm rooting for y'all.
Man. Hey, y'all stop. Look, okay. If we have to make a list for things that you shouldn't do while you're at Yellowstone or any national park in general, but especially ones with these geysers and hot springs and shit. Um, Stop throwing your trash everywhere.
Yo,
Either take it with you or use a trash can. Maybe get a hat with that attached to your head,
know what I mean?
or you know what I mean? Like the kind that tie under your chin. Maybe get one of those, and don't try to touch bison.
Come on.
I
How
feel
hard is
like
this?
I feel like that's pretty good.
I feel like I remember in school, like when we were like elementary school, definitely daycare center when I was like before school, like they taught us like, yo, leave it better than you found it.
Yes.
Wasn't that a thing? Like, I felt like that was a
That is how I approach public bathrooms.
yeah, real talk.
Okay, here's something interesting in this article. Um, it says here Yellowstone's trash problem is largely accidental. Um, a large number of people combined with the park's frequently high winds means that personal items are often blown into the park's hydrothermal areas. Okay, fair.
Okay.
However, some of the litter is intentional, like biodegradable items such as sunflower seed shells and orange peels. While visitors may think these items are harmless, they say that it's damaging to the pools and particularly time consuming for the team to remove. And there have also been some wacky items that have been removed.
Huh.
Favorite finds from the team during the summer of 2025 includes a Birkenstock sandal,
Okay, just
one,
one.
a pizza box with the slices still inside, a fake Louis Vuitton bucket hat. Damn, you didn't have to say fake.
Yo, respect the snitching. I fuck with that.
A stuffed koala toy, a ball cap with the phrase "I pee in the lake" on it,
Come on,
and a Polaroid picture of Excelsior Geyser, which was found within Excelsior Geyser's crater.
man. Oh, that's
Uh,
real meta. I like that.
yeah, hold on tight to your hat, stay on marked boardwalks and trails, make sure all your trash, even the food, ends up in a trash can, is what they said.
I blame
Yeah.
people for all of these, but the last one. I think the Excelsior guys was just taking a selfie. You know what I mean? Real
That's
talk. You
true.
just took this picture.
We didn't even consider that.
You know what I mean? You
You're
just took
right.
their picture. They were proud of that when they had it up. You know what I mean?
You're
They're like, yo, look
absolutely
at me on
right.
the good day. That was their good side. You know what I
Dang.
mean?
Yeah, can a geyser send out a thirst trap every once in a
Come on.
while?
Guys are just trying to get it in. You know what I mean? You over here.
Who among us? Who among us have not taken a selfie and then it got caught in our crater? Who among us?
Oh man. Finally, influencers free chicken event sparks riots between teens and police in Paris. Yo, that's a lot. Okay.
Well,
Influencer event to mark the opening of a Paris restaurant ended in chaos after thousands of people turned up and clashes broke out with police. The Krusty Sabadai chain, an Asian fast food restaurant, had partnered with French influencer Fares Salvatore to promote the opening of their latest eatery in Châtelet Les
uh,
Halles.
Châtelet Le Halles?
Okay, I'll take that.
Les Halles?
Châtelet Les Halles. Okay. Salvatore has more than 3.4 million followers on Snapchat and nearly I didn't even use Snapchat anymore. That's wow. Okay, I didn't know that was
Yeah.
a thing.
Ugh, someone keeps friending me on Snapchat and I don't know why.
Yo, I'm with you. I just registered my name there. I don't think I've ever posted anything, but
Exactly.
huh. And nearly 500,000 on Instagram. Fans were told that the first 1,000 customers on Saturday would get a free chicken and rice meal and a chance for 21 people to be selected to attend the final of Salvatore's influencer games in the Dominican Republic. Whoa, my peoples, what's up? The On the day of the back to school event, and around 3,000 people descended on the Châtelet Les Halles.
Châtelet Le Halles.
Châtelet Les Halles.
Les Halles.
Les Halles.
Maybe.
I'm
Les
still saying
Halles?
it
Les
wrong.
Halles?
I
Sure.
feel like I'm adding letters. Uh, a railway station. Clashes broke out between groups of youths, and yo, am I bugging out like these articles that are not written by America? I didn't know that people use the word youths this much.
Instead of teens?
Yeah,
Yeah, for the youth? Yeah,
yo, I'm just noticing that like the last couple days, like the youths.
the youths. Yeah, the
Real
Utes. I
yo,
like to say the Utes.
yo, I
Yeah.
never say that word, huh? I'm gonna
Yeah,
start dropping that in there.
I feel like it's probably I guess it's for, like, when, when someone says, like, "young man,"
Yeah,
I guess it's to fill in there, and to me, I guess that's, like, late teen,
huh?
right? When you say teenage, I think maybe they're thinking, like, 13, 14,
When does youth end?
or do you think it's opposite?
13, 14. I think, huh? Yeah, because I feel like it changes depending on the person that's describing the youth. Like I think
Right.
my dad would think I'm still youth.
Yeah, I definitely have a family member who's like, "You kids," and I'm like, "We're all 50 now." Like, my sister turned 50, we are officially all 50. So whatever it is you're looking for the kids to do, we can't do because we're all in our 50s.
Oh man. Yeah, so on the day of the back to school event, around 3,000 people showed up. Clashes broke out between the youths and the police with
Mhm.
projectiles being thrown.
Ooh.
The police commissioner posted a video of some of the behavior at the event, branding it pathetic in a post on.
Simplement pathétique. Simplement pathétique is what it says.
I don't know. I feel like if you told people, hey, there's a free trip to DR, 1,000 of y'all getting free
Well, you
lunch.
may get you could or you can sign up to
Yeah, you
try
can
and
sign
win
up to
that,
try to win it, right?
but that there are going to be that there's free chicken and rice?
Yeah, like I think
Yeah,
that's enough
son,
reason.
and I'm a kid,
Yo,
and this happens by a train station, right?
major city.
In a major city, and who I guess you and the guy who the influencer has 3 million followers on Snapchat and 500,000 on IG. Yeah, and it's Saturday?
Come on,
Yeah, let's roll on down and get free chicken and rice.
real talk. I fully get why this happened. I don't see what would
Yeah, they just weren't expecting it.
Shot, how much what meal would you go out for if they told you it was free, but you had to travel an hour by train?
I wouldn't.
There's no
Every
meal you would do that for?
No, because I feel like anything that is free has some price. There's some cost I have to pay. And it's either in maybe getting someone throwing a can at me
Mm,
or the ride there is too long
right,
or you know what I mean or I get the food but it makes me sick.
right.
Like there's always some sort of hidden cost where it's like I bet if I had just gone down here and bought this I wouldn't have these issues.
Now you right, you right.
That's
I've done
that's
shows like that,
mhm.
and yeah, you're right. It's always like it's a lot.
Yeah, like, sometimes I'm just like, "Man, no, I'll just pay." And, it was like, "Oh, but it's free." And I'm like, "Yeah, but you know what? I don't have whatever it is I just gotta be real with myself. I spend money. I work and I make some money, but I also spend money, and I spend money on myself.
Amen.
And, yeah, so I'll buy the thing.
I gotta ask you. It's been a
Mhm.
while. I haven't had an update from you, Shy, with this.
Oh.
How many magazine subscriptions you got currently?
Oh, I don't have any now because they don't make them anymore. Look,
Yo,
man.
and that's specifically why I'm asking because I remember you being having all the magazines at one point.
Yes, as many as possible.
And because recently, my kids both are into comic books for different reasons.
Mhm.
But it's been a cool thing to kind of bond over. We're talking about these comic book illustrations and characters. So
Right.
I, remembering from my youth, thought, hey, you know what would be cool? If I got a comic book subscription to get a comic
Okay.
book sent to my house. Almost every comic book company doesn't do this anymore.
Okay.
They have services that like do it because they remember the nostalgia of it. But like I
Mhm.
can't like cut out a piece of the last issue of Spider-Man and send it in and say, "Hey, here's $20, send me the next year's worth."
Okay.
Instead, like the most common way I found was I had to go to a comic book store and say, "Here's my money for the year. Hold one for me, and I'll come pick it up." There's a few services that do it digitally,
Mhm.
so like you could get a comic book subscription, but you'll get a PDF file, not like the comic in hand.
Right.
But yeah, it reminded me of your magazines. I was like, "Yo, like I want these in the mail."
Yeah. Let me tell you something. I was watching, Have I Got News for You, which is the kind of comedy news panel game show hybrid that's on CNN, but it's based on like a British show.
Okay.
And they've been doing it over there, I'm sure, for years. They love that kind of shit. But they started it like last year. Roy Wood Jr. is the host, and then there
Hell
are
yeah.
like two teams. They're led by Ian Michael Black on one side, Amber Ruffin on the other. Right. So I watch it. I like it. They mentioned something on the show this past week, and that I did not realize, and I didn't think about when it came to the virtual death of magazines. And that is, and I'm going to read this headline for you. Amid bankruptcy, some Publishers Clearinghouse winners are facing the end of forever prizes. Did you even think about Publishers Clearinghouse?
Yo.
Yo, so let me read this article. For decades, Publishers Clearinghouse doled out hefty checks on the doorsteps of hopeful consumers across the US, including prizes that boasted lifetime payouts. But some of those winners are now facing an end to the forever money they were once promised. The turmoil arrives amid PCH's ongoing bankruptcy process. The sweepstakes and marketing company filed for Chapter 11 in April, citing growing financial strain that spanned from rising operational costs and changes in consumer behavior. Um, so what that means is they can't pay out, you know, the sweepstakes.
Yeah.
They can't pay out that money when people would win.
Uh, this is adjacent to this. This is exactly why everybody who ever plays the lottery, you
Mhm.
always take the bulk instead of
Well,
like that
yes.
like payout. I know with publishers it wasn't an option,
Right, right.
but just putting that out there, always take that whole check because stuff like this happens, and now
Mhm.
you like waiting for them checks.
But so they brought it up and they were just like, yeah, Publishers Clearinghouse filed for bankruptcy. And I went, "Oh, the magazines." And then they
Yo,
were like, "Well, how did it even make money?" And no one was 100% sure. And I'm like, "Subscriptions." And Roy was explaining, they used to go door to door and do it,
yeah,
which they did back in the day. But man, that was like the gateway for me with magazines. I mean, I already loved magazines, but my mother got quite a few magazines through
yo,
Publishers Clearinghouse sweepstakes because that bitch loved to bootleg, like low key gamble, lottery stuff. But but yeah, so I mean, yeah, we had Red Book around the house or whatever, just these magazines that she got from there, and then the money from the subscriptions is what fueled it, and that's how you got the money. And if they're filing bankruptcy because nobody's making magazines anymore, they can't make those payments.
yo, and they were like brolic. It was like 5,000 a week
Yeah,
type shit.
yeah, yeah. It
Yeah,
was
like that like changes your life. Somebody says, "Yo, like that 250,000 you get every year, gone."
gone. Yeah, they just give you like, here's your lump sum for the next 6 months, and it's like, "Oh, sorry, we don't do that no more because nobody wants Rolling Stone at the house."
Yo,
Isn't that wild? Yeah,
yo,
man, the way I didn't even think, I hadn't thought about it so long, but yeah, that whole thing collapsed because there was Publishers Clearinghouse, but then there were other little ones as well. Like Publishers
right.
Clearinghouse had Ed McMahon, but there were other ones too that were magazine subscription based. Like, man,
Oh my goodness.
that's so wild.
Yeah, that
Anywho, I ain't going to free. And plus, if something's for free, everybody's going to be down there. I don't want that. It's going to be subpar. Let me pay for it to be done right.
if you would like
If you would like to make $500 a week for the rest of your life, as long as magazines are made.
all you gotta do is like subscribe to the show, baby. If you are Apple, Spotify listener, we appreciate your ratings. 4 stars. You don't think that's enough money? That's messed up, B. That's a lot of money. Five hundred
Mhm.
dollars a week on the side is pretty chill.
Yeah,
Low key,
that's
I think
pretty
I could
good.
live off of that if I had to.
Yeah.
5 stars. You realize that like as much as we want to give you that, we don't have that.
Mm-mm, not at all.
You know what I mean? But you still support us. You love us anyway. Thank you. If you have any articles you want us to cover, please DM us directly on Twitter or Instagram at Silky Jumbo or at Gastor Almonte. with all that said, I am missing my subscription
Mm.
To several magazines: Sports Illustrated, Inside Sports,
Right,
The
right.
Source, Double XL.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean? Gastor Almonte.
Mhm.
With the missing her subscriptions to literally every other magazine ever made.
I did get a lot of magazines.
Oh man, this has been a pro publication episode of the War Report. Catch y'all next time. Peace.